There I start muted. I'm so sorry. Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Happy Saturday. So I am in a little bit of a different spot. Not really. I always stream here, but I face the other way and don't usually have my camera on. I just wanted to come on at first to say hello to you guys and thank you for coming. Also, just to explain kind of what we're going to do. So we're just going to hang out and talk about lots of different things. It's going to be a laid back, latest news, but also, I have a few other things that I want to talk about. So that is the plan. Happy birthday to Tony. I hope you have the best day. And still, happy birthday week to Tess. But yeah, okay. I look crazy. My hair is still wet from my shower. Actually, I still have like a shower scrunchie in or whatever. But so I just wanted to come on for a minute to say hello to you guys. But yeah, what are you guys up to and how is it going? We are going to talk about what happened with Donald Trump. Maybe I'll just start with that. So if you guys don't know or you live under a rock, because I think it kind of made headlines everywhere immediately on TV, on the internet, on social media. Donald Trump was shot at a rally and it grazed him. He is okay. Let me see. I did pull some pictures of that. I actually pulled a little video, but we don't really have to watch that. But yeah, it's, I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan of any of our options right now. But I also don't want anybody to be hurt. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And it's really scary. And not only that, there were a lot of people right behind him, so what if they got shot at? Yeah. Seems many people want civil war. I see that a little bit, specifically like coming from like one, I don't know if you'd call it group of people, but hey Cray Cray, hey Tess, hey Natasha, hey Queen Bella, 2 others deceased. Oh my God Almighty. Hey Barbie with the Y. I'll show you guys. I have a little video pulled from News Nation and we can just check it out together. Hey, Mayla's mom, Teacup, Adrian, Amanda, Kimberly, Neat. I think I said hello to you, but hello again. Hey, Lil Red. Hey, Mindy. Edith, thank you guys for being here. Hey, Sarah. Alex needs to change the banner. I know. I'm going to have to change it right now. I have to take it off to do that. So before we watch the video about that, let me just touch base with you guys on a couple other things. I want to look at, so thanks to Lil Red and B Crumbs, both of them made sure that I got my hands on the new document releases from Stefan Sterns. And I want us to look at a couple emails in particular. I was going to do a live and read through them, but I saw that ATS was doing that and it was right around the same time. So I just stopped mine. But there are a couple that are I want to talk about today, and we'll probably go into this in detail at a later date. I also want to take a minute when we're going to talk about some unknown cases, some with positive endings, some without. And I also want to take a few minutes to talk to you guys about some things kind of happening with the Sebastian Rogers case. So that is not a case that I cover because I just don't want to add to the chaos. And there's so many people already covering it. I can't add anything to that. I'm aware that you cover that and you will get tons of people in your chat, but it's honestly not worth it to me. This is a real child, a missing child. And look here, I believe that some people truly care, but you can't, all of these creators that cover it every day, I don't believe that all of them truly care. I'm sorry. And it's really unfortunate to see there are so many missing kids out there who get no attention. But like I said, I do believe some do, but you can't possibly think that all of them care so much that it's the only thing they talk about every day. So I don't want to add to that. But I did want to talk to you guys about something as far as that I've been seeing for probably the last month, about this tip line that Seth Rogers and Tony have kind of set up. And I just want to say, let me get our little mute banner going. I can see why people are like, what the heck? Why would you have your own tip line, right? You're not police. But I just want to say this is not uncommon. If you follow a lot of cases, and especially ones that have gone cold, there will be other ways to send in tips. And I had made a post about this, but you have to remember that, look, some people don't want to talk to police. Some people, addicts, prostitutes, just drug dealers, just whoever, even addicts in recovery, there are a lot of people who don't trust the police. So if there is something to say or turn in, it's nice to have another place for them to do that, in my opinion. And I've seen it plenty of times. I've seen parents give out personal phone numbers and everything when their kids are missing and they're not getting any answers or any attention. Now, all of those tips, I believe, should then be forwarded to police, whether you do that like anonymously or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think that I would do it. I'm sorry, but if my child was missing, and here's another thing. Hey, don't fake the funk. Hey, Deb. Why are people so outraged that Seth has a channel and he's doing lives about Sebastian? Every other creator that has done tons of lives, 20, 30 lives about Sebastian, why is it okay for us or any of us to talk about him, but not his own dad? Like, it's his son. So I don't know. I think he has every right to talk about it as much as he wants. That's just the way I feel. I saw that, Nature Rocks. I'm going to pull something up about that in a second. Hey, David. I like the idea of tip lines. As many ways for information to flow, the better. Absolutely. Hey, Lynn. Good to see you. Petitos, Dylan Round's dad, Steve Gonsalves, all set up tip lines. And there are others too. In the case of the women out in Oregon, look, there was a lot of information that came in. The family did their own investigation. Also, YouTubers worked on that and did their own investigations. And there were so many people that talked to them that didn't talk to anyone else. And that case specifically took place like around people that live on the streets, work in sex work, that kind of thing. It's not abnormal. It's just not abnormal. I know, Shane. We're about to look at it right now. Hey, Riley. If my child was missing, I would have a 24/7 channels. Barbie, that's me. And who the hell are we? I'm sorry. This is one of the reasons I refuse to cover that case. It did, The police have said all the parents are cooperating. There's no signs of foul play. They've said it clear as day. They have also said they've searched Chris and Katie's home at least 10 times or more. I think all sides need to be given a break. That's my opinion. If there is some sort of real evidence that points to someone, that is different. And we're going to talk about Jen Soto in a minute. And she kind of went through the same thing, right? Brianna Guerra went to sleep with her parents last night, and when they woke up, she was gone. They are waiting for approval for an Amber Alert. I hadn't seen that yet, Carolina. I'll have to look into that. Hey, Citizen Sleuth. I don't think I'd go that route, and definitely not social media, but I'm not one to judge how anyone else handles it either. I don't get the outrage. I don't either. I think people get so caught up in this online world. This is the thing. Those are his parents. I don't give a damn how you feel about any of them. They have more of a right to speak about that child than anybody if they got on here and did it every day. Who the hell do people think they are? I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I do not like Jen Soto from what we know. Those kicking up a fuss about Seth's channel might be jealous that he's getting more views. Well, hey, Harlot. We're going to talk about Jen Soto and what Stefan's mom had to say about that. But before we get into that, let's just take a second and look at what's going on with the president, with Donald Trump, with our last president. I don't know how I would even say that correctly. With the former president. There we go.
We're shocked. I mean, watching it.
Okay, so look here. Right here in the middle where the podium is, that's where it happened, right? And there was tons of people in behind him. I didn't know that 2 other people were killed.
As it just unfolded, you were thinking, what just happened? And then it was emotional, to be quite honest with you. It was emotional. Let's go to the actual moment. We're going to replay it for you. When we found out, when we heard the shots, or what appeared to be gunshots, ring out.
Take a look at what happened. Take a look at what happened.
Oh my Lord. I've watched this multiple times when we were eating with my parents, and I never caught him grabbing his ear like that. But look at all the people behind him. Oh my God Almighty. Lil Red, I said that. I don't know why people are so upset that Seth has a channel when everyone else talks about him every day. Like, how does he not have a right to talk about his own child, but everyone else does? That's just my opinion. I know those poor people. I have an airtight alibi, Solo Mom says. Let me see if I can get up the details about. I do also have an article that I grabbed, but I don't know that it said anything about anyone else being shot. It comes from Sky News. Gunshots reportedly fired at Donald Trump. At Donald Trump rally, former president rushed off stage. Yes, okay. 2 people have, look, it's right in the bold font at the beginning. 2 people have reportedly died after gunshots were fired at Donald Trump in Pennsylvania, with the injured former president rushed off stage by armed security. A shooter is dead, and a rally attendee had also been killed, and 1 person in critical condition. And this was, I grabbed this like an hour ago or 45 minutes ago. So now if there's reports of 2 people having died plus the shooter, maybe the person in critical condition. Like Queen Bella, shooter apparently was on a roof. That's what my mom said, because I was like, surely to God they have metal detectors at these events. And she said, well, think about it. Rifles can shoot from miles away. What if they're on a rooftop or something? Innocent bystanders. Yep. Shooter killed by Secret Service. Hey, Amber. Good to see you. Trump appeared to fall to the ground as he was giving a speech. He was quickly surrounded by armed security and stayed down for a minute. He then rose to his feet and pumped his fist in the air before being escorted off stage and into a vehicle. He was then driven away from the scene. Video appeared to show blood on his ear as he was taken away. The former president appeared to be clutching the side of his head as he fell to the ground. It's very scary. Not that I could see the crowd grab the guy in the crowd. I don't know, Lil Red. Is that true? Because I couldn't see that. I'll have to rewatch it again. But I hate to say it, but he took it like a boss. I can't believe he just stood up like that and stuck his arm up in the air. But yeah, a couple more inches and this could have been way worse. Imagine that happening in front of all of those people. Oh, now Ronnie is reading Roof. Thank you, Lil Red. That is so sad. It is so scary, so sad. What the hell is happening in this country? Look, I don't like Trump. I voted for Biden last time. I don't care who y'all voted for. I won't judge you for that. I will not vote for him this time. There is no way in hell. I'm sorry. I choose not to vote right now. That's where I'm at. Okay. But no one deserves this. None. No. So if he had been facing the crowd, he may have been hit in the face. Yes, Edith. Hey, Music City Mom. JD Wells. Crowd was attending to the person from the crowd. Oh my God Almighty. Not with it today, you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you, Mayla's mom. Let me grab that and I do have the other one you sent me, which I pulled for us to go through, but I hadn't actually read through. Oh, I got it just now. Ooh, okay, so we have talked about this previously, so we will go through this as well. But now let's get into Stefan Sterns a little bit. So you guys know there were like 900 pages released originally, or around that, right? 896 or something, I can't remember. But then there has been more released: jail files, emails, things like that. And like I said at the beginning, Lil Red and B Crumbs both made sure that we had all of that, so we have it all. We could go through every email. But there are a couple in particular that I just grabbed that I think that we should take a look at together and kind of talk about. Kathy says, I hope it wasn't the blonde behind him. I saw her drop, but I don't know if it was fear or she got shot. She was right behind him. Oh my God. Riley, that's what I'm saying. Why is there not? I mean, I'm sorry, but this is America. You cannot tell me that there is not like several 50, 60-year-old men and women that would make excellent presidents, that are brilliant, educated. I don't know. I don't know. Well, like I said, I'm not going to judge anybody for who they vote for. I usually don't talk about politics here. I don't want to single anybody out. I love all you guys. My parents are like fierce Republicans, and I'm conservative when it comes to financial stuff. What usually like makes me vote left leaning is social issues, because I'm about acceptance. I want to accept everybody. As a matter of fact, let's take a second and talk about what happened in the true crime community recently. And then we're going to get into these emails. I told you guys it's going to be a laid back hangout. Hey, Trulia. Just, chatting kind of thing. Kind of live. I know, William. So in the last couple weeks, it has been, a huge conversation in a lot of these true crime communities, but not even really true crime. Some of it is true crime mixed with drama, and the true crime communities too, about racism and homophobia and stuff like that. I don't want friends like that. I have no place for that in my life. That was so disturbing and offensive, some of the things that were said. I was personally offended. I've shared with you guys, my mom's dad's whole family, his mom, dad, brothers, sisters, came over from Spain on a boat not that long ago. And, the jokes that were made about people coming on boats and Spanish people and the Spanish slurs and that kind of stuff. It was absolutely disgusting. I was enraged. And I just want to take a second to say that if anybody ever questions how I feel about that, I want you guys to know loud and clear from me that I don't support things like that. I will never support anyone like that. I will never judge someone by the color of their skin, by who they're attracted to. I judge people for how they act, and I will never have anyone around me that does. And that's just that, and I have to say, like, another thing, digging into people's lives, digging into creators' lives, digging into people that aren't even creators' lives. Let me tell you what, I want anybody to hear this loud and clear. Don't mess with Music City Mom, anybody. I'm going to just say it because it's been said everywhere. She is a dear friend of mine, and I'm telling you, that's going to be a major mistake. For real. Stay the hell away from people why people want anybody's personal info, addresses, planting evidence, racism, homophobia. It's chaos. It's complete bullshit. And I think as a bunch of adults, they need to be ashamed. It's disgusting. Music City Mom does rock. She is a badass. She's been out there searching for Sebastian nonstop, going to every vigil. And guess what? She don't film that shit. She doesn't want nothing for it. Half the time, nobody even knows that she does it. Well, there's just been talk about people that were searching and creators and different things with the case and all their addresses being out, and she was named. And I wouldn't have named it. I asked her if she was comfortable with that, and I just find it disgusting. Stay the hell away from her. Leave people alone. A lot of the people that watch these channels and do this stuff, hold my earrings, exactly. They're just people who care about these cases. Sebastian happens to be in, that case is in her front backyard. It's where she lives. And she's been out there, I don't know. It just, doxing is illegal. Talking about planting evidence and stuff. What is wrong with these people? I didn't know she was getting grief. Well, a lot of you guys don't kind of watch all of that. And that's part of why I didn't know, if I should say anything. And then I had asked her, would you be comfortable? And I just want to make it very clear that this whole channel has her back. She's part of this little family here, and leave her the hell alone. Yeah, I got several messages about it too. And she is so wonderful and kind. And yeah, I'm not putting up with it. Get a life, grow the fuck up. Talk about another case. Talk about a case that won't bring hundreds of people to your chat. How about that if you care so damn much? I'm sick of it. And if you are out there passing around people's information, talking about putting stuff on property, pretending to be this when you're not, you are whacked out. You need to get some help. There is no place for that in true crime. There is no place for any of that in true crime. So that's all I want to say about that. Just know I love Music City Mom. I love you, and I got your back. And it's infuriating because people that are out there just trying to make a difference, not trying to gain anything from it. I know nobody knows, would you imagine that? Somebody out there trying to help search and things like that and not trying to gain anything from it. Not filming it every second of the damn time. Come on, man. So anyways, I'm done with that. We're going to get into Stefan Sterns, and there's not a ton of people here, but hopefully, you guys that are here heard me loud and clear, and anyone who replays and whatever, which you guys that are here are not, half of you didn't even know what was going on, but trust me, it's gotten just so damn disgusting. And, I want to be really clear where I stand. I stand against any kind of racism, any kind of homophobia. If you talk like that, if you act like that, you will never see me in those chats, ever. And any kind of doxing viewers, planting evidence, or involving yourself like that in a case. It's disgusting. So that's it. Someone came to my house and wanted to get on my roof due to a recent storm, is what they said. We haven't had any roof messing up kind of storms lately. After it was said that people were passing around her address and stuff. So thank you, Mayla's mom. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry, but that's scary. That is freaking scary. The psychos on here, there's some really great people on here. I am surprised daily by how compassionate, brilliant, loving, kind, caring you guys are in this chat, how educated you are. But I'm also surprised daily with how low people go. So, anyway. And thank you, Music City Mom, for putting in your time and effort into truly wanting that young man to be found. It's freaking sad, man. It's sad. But thank you guys for listening to my, my rant there. And let's go ahead and start talking about Stefan Sterns. There are some really amazing people, but there are some really shitty characters out here as well. And that's the truth. And be careful, because sometimes they hide behind masks. I'm telling you, not all monsters look like monsters. I tell my kids that all the damn time. Not all monsters look scary. Not all monsters look like monsters. Sometimes they look nice and inviting. They're kind. They act, whatever. The channel Patricia, Practical Patricia. The channel Patricia Linguistics, no, I'm kidding, is analyzing Stefan's emails to his dad at the moment. Interesting. It's so stressful. I'm sad about that. I'm crazy. I thought it was a good idea to get my 4-year-old granddaughter and my 4-year-old niece. What was I thinking? No, you're not crazy. You're just an awesome grandma, and you love that baby, and just good thing you got a really awesome husband. So there to protect you guys. But okay, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see here. I just grabbed a couple, and there's one I'm sure you guys have seen. Okay, let me show you. Sterns, which from the way I understand it, it's his mom, but if I'm wrong, somebody correct me on that. So this is from Stefan to his parents, okay? Because I don't know, it sounds like it could be his dad, but it's his parents. Oh, I'm not even showing you guys. Oh, Lil Red, I have adopted Alex's children as my grandchildren since I don't have any. You are so sweet. Hey, Mo. And thank you guys for being here. Okay, so Stefan says, hey, I just got access to the tablet again. They have moved me to a regular isolation cell in C-Pod now. Presumably, this is where I will stay for a while. It's not exactly the Ritz. It's a small cell, and the pod is quite noisy. I didn't think I would miss the medical pod, but now I wish I was back in that big cell where at least I could partially see out of the window and look at the sky and the grass and the trees off in the distance as they swayed in the breeze. I will try to call as soon as possible. I imagine you have your hands full with puppies, and I can't wait to hear all about it. Hold up. Look here. I am thrilled that he's in a small cell that's not like the Ritz and it's noisy and he wishes he could see outside. When you mess with little girls from the age of 8 on, that's what you deserve, if you even deserve to breathe air. This one is to his dad. Well, the other one has the same name. Let me show you. Well, we'll get to that in a second. I love you both, and we'll call soon. P.S. I am still waiting for the books to get into my hands. No clue if they were delivered yet. Maybe I will receive them in the next couple of days. Hopefully. Well, we'll see soon as we'll see soon, I suppose. Y'all should see the edits from my little video eating that fruit. There was several times where I'm like doing the not words because I messed up. I would like Congo and the Hobbit to be among the next ones that you send. Are those cicadas? That noise? And maybe also a book on origami. That could be interesting to learn and a good way to pass time and satisfy my need to create and craft and use my hands. Let's try that. Hopefully it's allowed since it's just folding paper, which I have plenty of into different shapes. So it shouldn't be a security concern, I wouldn't think. Hey, honey. Hey, Roro. My mama says true crime isn't her thing, but she tells me all about this case. It's really on her heart. All neat. Thank you for gifting a membership. And welcome, whoever got that. Thank you so much. Neat. You are the neatest noodle of all. This is from Sterns to Stefan. Good to hear about your transfer and access to the tablet. Will this be full-time or limited like it is passed around on rotation? Let me know how often you have access to the tablet. We'll write something every day. Can you send your mother an invite so she can write you separately? I'll help her get set up on her computer. We confirmed a few books were received yesterday. Wait, we'll get to the next one next. A few books were received yesterday and one more on Monday. We'll jump on the origami book and order it now. The puppies are doing well and Lacey is a super mom. You got that. Get this. Yesterday, Mom had to rescue one of the puppies who got its leg in the collar. She snagged the puppy out of the pen, sat down on the bed to adjust the collar. While she was sitting there, Lacey, at a dead standstill, leaped over the 3-foot pin, 3-inch pin, and landed squarely on the bed to be with her puppy. 3 foot. I hate to think what would have happened if she miscalculated the jump. Today, after many consecutive days of rain and threatening rain, no rain. We're in that rainy period of nonstop torrential rain that creates chaos with home building, flooding, and messy days. At least the ponds and retention ponds are looking normal again. They were really low. Tomorrow, we have to travel with Lacey and the puppies to the vet to have the dew claws removed. This will be fun. Although it's better than your mother doing it, who is always a nervous wreck. It's worth the expense to avoid. 7 puppies is 28 dew claws. Yep, better to have the vet do it. Mom's writing a message below. Order the origami kit, which is book and 20 pieces of origami paper. Wow. Lucky you, Stefan. That will be it book-wise for the next couple of weeks. Those should hold you. I have the rest you want in the cart and marked as saved for later so I wouldn't forget which ones you wanted. The is mom writing. Love and hugs to you. So when I didn't read through these fully. I just scanned through them because I had seen other people reading them and I was looking for this particular one that we're going to now, just for this live since we're doing true crime news, so just a little bit of different cases. Thank you, Patricia. Also, no tablets for child killers. I know, right? This, which I accidentally showed, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. These are all the different lawsuits that have happened in Topeka, Kansas, and there's a lot of them, you guys, like a lot. So I want to talk more about that later with Tisha stuff, but yeah, we'll get into that later. So here is the one I wanted to talk about. And I really am curious what you guys think. So Mom is writing below, this is Mom. You don't see the commissary and cannot order anything? I hope that gets resolved quickly. Do you remember your balance? Jail and prison are not meant to be comfortable. All part of mental punishment, I guess. Stay positive. Talk with your attorneys. I keep thinking about how you would not ever rat out a friend. It really made me mad, and I felt like you valued them over us when you let them get away with stuff. Don't be doing that again. We all know Blank was heavily involved in this, and I am disgusted that she is free and you are not when this is not all your fault. So we can assume, right, that redacted person there is Jen. And I'm really curious why Mom says this is not all your fault. What has Mom believing that Jen is involved? The way he orders his parents tells you everything about the dynamic of their relationships. I don't know what dew claws are. I don't know. I am disgusted she is free and you are not. You need to think about yourself more and her less. She sure isn't thinking of you and how she can help you right now. Yeah, no shit, lady, because guess what? Look what he did to her daughter. And if she didn't know and she was just this over-medicated, clueless woman or whatever, you think she's going to want anything to do with him? I mean, come on. I just can't get over this email. It's unbelievable. She sure isn't thinking of you and how she can help you right now. That whole family is willing to stay quiet and let you take the fall for everything. When you do that, you are hurting us too. Please get out of your head over this and start talking with your attorneys. This stuff is serious and you need to approach it as life and death, which it is. So Mom, you're aware that he's up for the crimes he's committed, you can get death for. And you're still talking to him like he's a little precious little baby. Oh, yeah, I'll get you whatever you need. Oh, you want books? I'm sorry, no. Look, I'll always support my kids, and let me ask you guys, how would you feel if you found out that your child was doing this to a baby? And not only that you heard that this child came forward, something like that. There is proof with photos of his private parts and things like that. There are undeniable photos of his hands groping her. The most disgusting thing you could ever imagine, right? He did to this baby. Mom, really? I mean, isn't it time for some tough love at this point, lady? I'm sorry, but this is just insane. This stuff is serious, and you need to approach it as life and death, which it is. I think of the craziness Madeline lived through with Jen's various partners. That's just me guessing based on the redactions. Not a stable life at all for a child. I do pray for Maddie and for you daily. I am thrilled that you are working out again and have a physical outlet for the stress. I hope you can get your coffee and candy straightened out quickly. So far, I haven't seen a cancellation on Congo. Let us know as stuff filters down to you through the system. This origami book is just paperback. No paper, just patterns if I read it right. Well, I'm off to feed the curly ones now. Love, hugs, and prayers now every day and night. Mom. And then he doesn't address it in the response. That's why I didn't have it. But I'm really curious, if your child was accused of this, I know that would be horrific, and none of us want to even imagine going there. But let's just say, oh, thank you, Music City Mom. And welcome, whoever got that. Thank you. Let's just say your child is accused of this, and there is proof, pictures. How do you react? You think her life was more stable with your disgusting son violating her since she was 8? Yeah, Debbie says, I would have questions. With him facing the death penalty, I can see his parents still wanting to communicate with him, but enabling and coddling is another story. So many of these garbage people have parents that act like this. Oh, yeah, just like, I'm going to say it. Cindy Watts. She went all over talking shit about Shanann and taking up for Chris and just believing his bullshit story immediately that we could all see was obviously handed to him by the detective. The way his mom talks, she thinks many men have done this to Maddie, in my opinion. Oh, my God almighty. I just told my daughter I wouldn't give her a ride to work tomorrow because she took some of my things without asking. Stefan would get no anything from me. She has to be in serious denial. He probably convinced her it was all a lie and a setup. I really could not love my son if he did something so heinous. I have a wonderful son, thank God. The whole family is willing to stay quiet. I think she means, that whole family is willing to stay quiet and let you take the fall from everything. I'm glad you brought that up, David, because what does that mean? Let you take the fall from everything. Lady, he's up for the death penalty. You know about these photos. It was in every newspaper article. What in the world? Watts, Bundy, Laundry. There you go, Teacup. That's true. I didn't know that about Bundy, though, but definitely Watts and Laundry. Oh, my God, you guys, it's so freaking hot outside. Kathy, I know. My brother has a pending court case, and my mom is in denial about it. She victim blames. It's nothing to do with the child, just to be clear, but it is a violent crime. Well, you know what, Riley, I kind of can understand how that feels for you, because my brother's been in and out of prison for years. Not for violent crimes, but for theft, drugs, stuff like that. I mean, he's been in fights and stuff, but he's not really gotten in trouble when he has been violent, because he has been. But his jail time has been over drugs and shit. But my mom does, she kind of does the same thing in a little bit. She's always really given him the benefit of the doubt and kind of somewhat excusing, I don't know, making excuses. But I could see as a mom how it would be easy to do that. But this right here is kind of different, How much more evidence could there be? There's no question. He was the instability. I was just about to say Cindy Watts. I can't imagine. It's probably impossible to just stop loving someone, but I wouldn't want anything to do with him. I don't think people are bad parents for continuing to love their deviant children. That's unconditional love. Doesn't mean you should excuse their behavior either or pretend they aren't guilty either. Well, that's the thing. Can't you be there for him, be supportive, be someone to talk to, but not be like blaming other people and kind of like, isn't that our job as parents? Like when our kids do something wrong, we're like, no, you're wrong. You have to take responsibility for it. Own up, do the right thing, apologize, whatever. But it's our job to like teach our kids that's what we do. I love my boys dearly, but a sex crime would cause me to step back. I would still love them though, no matter what. Exactly, Neat. That's a good point. When it was described, she had to know. You guys, by the way, at 9, Jen has a live on Gypsy, and I really want to go. Hope you guys will join me over there to support her. Moms are notorious for babying their boys. Awesome. And thank you, B Crumbs, and thank you guys. I would stand by my children for so many infractions, but what he's done is beyond the beyond. Oh my God, Little Red, no way. We got the Martinez report. We got to do that. I wonder if we should do a late night Tisha live on the Martinez report after Jen. Or wait. Yay, Little Red, you're the best. Thank you so much. We do, Mo and Co. I think right now they are believing him. Probably not until trial will they truly understand what he did. And that's true. And at trial, things will be outlined, loud and clear, just like think about Harley and Tisha. 165 pages. Oh, my God almighty. I love that picture. That's really cute. 165 pages. Wow. I'll go over there. Okay, Lil Red. I think tonight that's way too much for a late night live to read through. Yes, Lynn, I agree. That's a little too late. I'm not going to be on here at 2 a.m. That ain't me. I got to sleep so I can get up and get these kids moving and that kind of stuff. Shoot, and then I still don't really get moving until like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm so excited to see, though. Very excited. Okay, she is a rock star. I really appreciate that, Lil Red. Okay, so now we're going to have a story that's a little, it's not so awful. Listen to this. And thank you, Neat, for sending this to me. Miracle baby, 1-year-old, found crawling along roadside after 2 days. Look, do not feed the alligators, okay? Did you guys see that child that got, 12 years old, got attacked and eaten by an alligator? There she is. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Oh my God, Little Red. I am so excited for us to look through this together. Okay, you guys, let's take a look at this. So a Louisiana sheriff says a 1-year-old miracle baby survived 2 days of sometimes stormy weather before a truck driver spotted him crawling along a roadside the day after his 4-year-old brother was found dead and his mother was arrested in Mississippi. So not all good news, but a miracle. The sheriff, Gary Stitch, I cannot even try to say what parish this is in. This is Louisiana, remember, so they're called parishes. But so the sheriff, Gary Gilroy, said the baby had numerous bug bites, but otherwise appeared to be in good condition. Autopsy reports, thank God. Wow, look at this headline here. I'm sorry, but it caught my attention. Child found in water, identified. 1-year-old brother seen in ditch. Gotta say, I wouldn't mind if Sterns got eaten by an alligator. Okay, so this is the, not miraculous part of the story. Autopsy reports were pending on the 4-year-old who was found Monday at a news conference in Lake Charles, about 200 miles west of New Orleans. The body had been found in a lake behind an Interstate 10 welcome center near the Texas state line. Authorities investigating the 4-year-old's death learned that he had last been seen Saturday with his mother, Aaliyah Jack of Lake Charles, and the 1-year-old. Fearing the 1-year-old was dead, authorities prepared Tuesday morning to search the water where the other child was found. Then a truck driver called 911 after spotting the baby. We look at this 1-year-old as our miracle baby because he was still alive, a visibly moved Gilroy said. Hurricane Beryl had struck East Texas early Monday, and the search for the child played out amid bands of intermittent heavy rain and high wind gusts. I mean, can you believe this? The kid spent 2 days out in the weather on the side of the highway. Thank God that trucker seen him, 1 year old. An alert for law enforcement agencies was issued for Jack on Monday night, and a Louisiana judge issued a warrant for her arrest. Jack was arrested in Meridian, Mississippi, more than 350 miles away sometime on Tuesday. She was located in Mississippi without the 1-year-old. The search for the baby continued until the trucker reported seeing a baby in a ditch along Interstate 10. When deputies arrived, they were able to positively identify the child as missing 1-year-old. Mom was extradited to Louisiana, where she faced a charge of failure to report a missing child. Let me ask you guys, do any of you, and that's the end of that one, do any of you follow the Madalena Kojakari case? And her mom was also charged with failure to report, and she apparently, I don't know if this is true, so I'm asking you guys, did she leave the country? Because I'm seeing that, but I don't know that that's true. And the next one we're going to read through has no miracle to it. Let me see. What a nice story for a change. He was meant to live. Mo and Co, maybe, because I got this article a few days ago and grabbed it. I was going to do a true crime news like yesterday. And on those lives, we just kind of hang out and read through. It's more laid back and there's no specific topic. So I just got it and put it to the side and didn't look for more updates. So it's possible. Hey, Roxanne. I hadn't heard of it until now. I hope so. I hope so too, Mo. Okay, so here is our next one. And this is from Mayla's mom. And the headline says, "Welcome home. Chilling words before Palm Bay teen brutally murders mother and boyfriend." On July 7th, 2024, at approximately 12:06 a.m., the Palm Bay Police Department received a 911 call from Julia Egler, 17, reporting a break-in at her residence. Julia told the dispatcher that an unknown male, about 5'8", had broken into the house through the back sliding glass door using a hammer found in the backyard. Julia, hysterical throughout the 9-minute call, did not mention the presence of her mother or her mother's boyfriend in the home. When officers arrived on the scene, they discovered a grisly scene. In the living room, they found the body of Julia's mother, Kelly McCollum, 42 years old, and in the bathroom, the body of Kelly's boyfriend, Matthew, 22 years old. That's strange, but okay. Both had suffered gunshot wounds. Multiple shell casings were found near Matthew's body, and it quickly became evident that this was a double homicide. Here's Julia and her mom. Detective Brown spoke briefly with Julia outside the residence. She recounted that she had been home alone in the living room when she heard someone trying to break in. She grabbed her dogs and locked herself in the bedroom, leaving her phone on the couch. She reported hearing the intruder make loud noises, believing he kicked in Kelly's bedroom door. She said the barking of her pit bulls deterred the intruder from entering her room. Julia remained in her bedroom even after hearing Kelly and Matthew return home, followed by gunshots and screams. She stayed in her room for about an hour before exiting, only to discover the bodies of Kelly and Matthew. Upon searching the residence, officers found significant evidence suggesting a different narrative. Blood droplets led to the bathroom where Matthew's body lay. A silver .38 special revolver was found in the backyard underneath Julia's bedroom window. The glass from the shattered back door was on top of the bloody footprints and on top of Matthew's cell phone, contradicting Julia's timeline. Surveillance footage confirmed that Kelly and Matthew arrived home at 10:34 p.m., with no motion detected until officers arrived at 12:12. Julia was taken to the Palm Bay Police Department for further questioning. Initially, she stuck to her story of an unknown intruder. However, under interrogation, Julia confessed to the murders. She admitted breaking into Kelly's bedroom to retrieve a revolver and ammunition. When Kelly and Matthew returned home, she greeted them with "Welcome home," before shooting her mother multiple times. She then shot Matthew, who pleaded for her to stop. After running out of ammunition, she followed Matthew. She followed Matthew, then I lost my place. Into the bathroom and stabbed him repeatedly. At Matthew's request, she reloaded the revolver and shot him in the head. Oh my God Almighty. At his request. At Matthew's request. This 22-year-old. I mean, my God, that's just sad. Julia then staged the scene to look like a break-in, shattering the back door and discarding the revolver. She confessed she had reached her breaking point after numerous disagreements with her mother, who was not accepting of Julia's transition and was dating the much younger Matthew. She was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. She was transported to the police department booking facility and turned over to the juvenile detention center. Matthew was arrested in April for false imprisonment and battery domestic violence after an altercation with Kelly in the Winn-Dixie parking lot of West Melbourne. That's crazy, though. And very sad. At Matthew's request, she shot him in the head because he had already been shot and stabbed multiple times. Oh my gosh, you guys, I got a killer headache. Okay, so then the article you sent me, Mayla's mom, is not loading for me on the computer. So I'm going to read it on the phone. Oh, I think that was it, actually. I bet it was. And then we're going to go over and wait for Jen to start because I want to definitely be there to support her. I just wanted to come on for a little bit and hang out with you guys. Putnam woman charged in death of infant appears in court Wednesday. Putnam County, West Virginia, and we have talked about this previously. A Putnam County woman charged in the death of her 16-day-old infant appeared in court Wednesday. Brooke Kessler of Hurricane had her preliminary hearing waived Wednesday, sending the case to a Putnam County grand jury. Having been from West Virginia, I know how to say that town name. I think it was at UB Crumbs we were talking about. I was like, I bet people that haven't been there, you would pronounce it Hurricane because that's how it's spelled. Or was that you, Mayla's mom? But it's Hurricane is how it's pronounced. Thank you, Lynn. You're going to portal us? No, I didn't because I didn't know if Jen was. I thought about it. Oh, my gosh. But I didn't know if Jen was, like, I don't know. I thought, what if she canceled or something? I hadn't talked to her for a little bit. I don't think she has. Let me double check. But no, you're going to have to go over there yourself. I know. My headache is starting to like make it hard for me to think. Let's see here. The Ward case studies. There you are, Bendy. My family's from West Virginia, too. I know that town well. That's interesting, Boho Hobo. It's not too far from where I had Bentley. Yes, it's still happening. 9 o'clock, Gypsy Rose, I am pregnant. So we want to go over there. I'm right here. Were you here a minute ago when Lil Red told us she got the Martinez report? I thought of you immediately. It's like 100 and some pages. Recently, there was a woman killed where I am from who was trying to stop 2 people from stealing her car with her 5-year-old inside. Oh my God. What happened to the 5-year-old? My sister works for Department of Children and Family Services in Pennsylvania. She was just at a candlelight vigil the other day for a 14-year-old boy who was, oh my God, and dismembered by a 29-year-old mom. Oh my God. Your sister is the bomb. I'm so glad that she, it's people really, there's a lot of complaints that could be made against CPS and I think in DCFS, but people don't understand there are good workers out there. It's a very tough job. You don't get paid a lot. It would be so stressful, so hard. And there are good ones out there, I was, but I didn't hear that. Holy moly. So, okay, let me keep reading this. So, Trooper said the infant, a girl, had multiple serious injuries that medical staff at CAMC Women and Children's said were suspicious and not an accident, according to a news release from West Virginia State Police. The infant was brought to the hospital on Thursday from Charles Court in Hurricane, Trooper said, according to a criminal complaint filed in Putnam County Magistrate Court. Troopers said when they arrived at the hospital, they observed bruising around her throat and on the back of her head, as well as bruising on her left eye, a swollen right arm that was broken. Doctors also said the infant had 6 broken ribs. How do you do this to a baby? How do you do this to a baby? How the hell? I'm sorry, but no, I have nothing for, you know what? Throw her away forever. Get rid of her. Do whatever. I'm sorry that I just, let me just stop because I know that some people do have postpartum. I know that's going to go on to say that in a moment, but it's so frustrating and infuriating to hear. An infant goes to the hospital, is observed with bruising around her throat and on the back of her head, bruising on her left eye, right arm swollen and broken, and 6 broken ribs. Trooper Fisher conducted a follow-up investigation and interviewed Kessler. During the interview, Trooper said Kessler told him she put her hand around the baby's neck and on the back of her head when she was burping her because she was irritated with the baby and herself and probably squeezed too hard, causing those injuries. Burping her? Hey, Cajun Mama. Then why was someone not taking care of this baby and making mom get help? I'm with you, Mayla's mom. In an interview with Kessler's husband, Trooper said he told them that his wife had been... Wait, I think I skipped a part. Yes. Then we have the follow-up interview. During this interview, Trooper said Kessler told them she put the hand, we already read that, I'm sorry, around the neck, was irritated, probably squeezed too hard, causing these injuries. Miss Kessler stated she did not intend to squeeze that hard, Fisher wrote in the criminal complaint. Miss Kessler also stated that the ribs may have been broken when she picked the baby up by the chest to burp her, and she was irritated and squeezed the baby too hard, possibly breaking the ribs. Kessler told Trooper she did not feel any ribs break and did not break the baby's arm. She suggested her husband may have done that when picking the baby up. Yeah, we accidentally broke an arm picking the baby up, accidentally broke ribs burping her. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, but look, this tells me it's not postpartum psychosis, because that would be the only legal, I think that would be the only medical condition that would work in this. Just regular postpartum depression is different from postpartum psychosis. That's when you are legally insane, right? Because you're under psychosis, or however you would say that. But if you are able to relay what you think happened and blame it on other people like that and things like that, no, 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 no. In an interview with her husband, Trooper said he told him his wife had been struggling with postpartum depression and had been aggressive with the infant. Mr. Kessler stated that he has to stop her a few times from shaking the baby, and he would take the baby from her and have her cool off. This officer asked Mr. Kessler about the accusations of breaking his baby's arm by picking her up, to which he replied he would pick her up and let her bounce on his chest, but he was never aggressive with her. The child's paternal grandmother, who was also interviewed as part of the investigation, told troopers her son had been texting her for help since the baby's birth because Kessler was suffering from postpartum depression and was not caring for the child or changing the child's diapers. The grandmother said she cared for the infant from June 9th to June 14th. Doctors determined the baby had severe intracranial pressure or swelling of the brain and possible skull fractures. Court records said doctors also determined the infant's heart may have stopped due to asphyxiation, and explained the girl was technically still alive at the time but was not responding to any stimuli. Troopers said they took Kessler to the Winfield detachment for another interview, where she said the baby's injuries happened at their home on Charles Court around early afternoon on June 20th. She was initially charged with child abuse, strangulation, and malicious assault. The infant was taken off life support at the hospital on June 23rd, and her charges were upgraded the following morning. If I was still in West Virginia, I believe I'd probably go to these hearings. 16 days old. 16 days old. Broken ribs, broken arm. I mean, come on. It just makes me so mad. Hey, Shmita. Yeah, after it all, Harlow. Yeah, it is sad. But anyways, I think I did have a couple more cases we were going to look at, but my head is thumping, and I definitely want to be over at Jen's to support her. She hasn't been live for a while, and I've been missing her. I'm wanting her to come back. Look, it's hard right now with things as nasty and dirty and just awful as they are on YouTube. It's hard to want to produce content because you're seeing so much. It's just hard. It's really, I don't even know the way to describe it. It's just defeating, and you can almost see like this true crime genre morphing into something else that I don't want to be a part of. And all the things that I ranted to you guys about earlier, the racism, homophobia, the addresses, like all the stupid stuff, the planting evidence, the fake dog handlers, like all of that in the name of a missing child, in the name of a missing boy, a 15-year-old boy named Sebastian Rogers. That poor baby, man. He is being used, exploited, and abused on this app day after day after day after day, all day long. I would almost bet my life that at any point in time you can hit the live button and find a live on that young man or his family. And it's just my point is it makes you not want to do any lives. So anyways, thank you guys for being here and supporting me and listening to me run my mouth and vent and all the crazy stuff. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys. And I am going to take something for my head. Thank you, Kimberly. That shit isn't true crime, though, Allie. It's disgusting ass behavior being disguised as true crime. I know you're right. It's not about Sebastian anymore. Harlot says it's never even been about him. They're just using his name. Well, I was talking to one of my friends, and I probably said this to multiple friends, but you think and you see all these people covering this young man every single day. You cannot tell me that they care. You cannot. I'm sorry. maybe some, but no way that all of them just care so much about this one particular child that's missing. Look how many kids are missing and murdered. Look at what happened to this 16-year-old baby, or 16-day-old baby, excuse me. There should be absolute outrage over that. That's something to be outraged over. Don't see it anywhere. Because guess what? I guarantee you put a live up about that case, it's unknown. Probably not many people are going to show up. And it's sad. It's really sad. And then many of these creators who, cover the case every day are bashing the parents. Like, Katie, come clean and all that. I mean, I don't even want to get into, it's just, it's defeating. It's sad. You don't want to be part of that at all. And I think that the only thing to do is to keep doing true crime, stay out of it, keep talking about all of the cases, the ones that get lots of attention and the ones that don't, and try to do the right thing and keep it pushing. That's all I know to do. I know that Bendy and I have new stuff coming at some point that we're going to listen to with you guys. We've got some stuff we haven't went over yet, video calls, phone calls. We've got the Martinez report now, and she's doing Gypsy. So we've got lots to talk about. Miss Melissa is just doing an excellent job digging through so many things that really no one's dug through because the person who got it was so rude about anybody playing it. And I'm just... yeah. Anyways, I hope to see you guys there. Thank you for being here and listening to me and listening to me run my mouth. And I hope you guys have a great night. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And thank you so much for everything. Bye. And wait, I hope to see you at Bendy's. Let me drop that one more time. And yeah, I really do love and appreciate you guys. You don't know how much you mean to me. And thank you. Oh, thank you, Natasha. You're sweet. You guys mean the most. I love you, Music City Mom. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. Bye.